And what is going on, everybody? All you beautiful bastards. Just kidding. I'm not going to steal that stupid line. So I haven't put out a video in a good bit now. And so I thought I'd do the semi-lazy thing on my part and give you guys an EDC video. What I EDC on my person every day, because that is important and valuable information that you need to know about me. So here goes nothing. First item is my Essie Azula 2. Thought I'd start you off with something cool. And under it you can tell I have a beanie here. And I do carry that with me most months out of the year. Frankly, because sometimes it gets cold at night, and I do a lot of outdoor activities, do a lot of camping, and so if I end up doing some camping overnight somewhere, I like to have a beanie on me. But that usually stays in a coat pocket year-round anyway, and I usually take a coat with me year-round anyway. It stays in my vehicle. But anyway, on my person is my Azula 2. I used to have quite a bit of knives on me, cutting instruments on me, and the whole idea of preparedness, in my opinion, is less is more. And so I slimmed down on that because you really don't want to make EDC a chore. So you don't want to be weighed down every day with, all this stuff clunking around on you that is either redundant or just completely unnecessary. So this is my primary cutting tool. I do have a second one, but I don't count it as a cutting tool, and we'll get to that later. I have it this style. I bought the Molly back for it, which I do like, but I ended up taking it off because I actually like to be able to take this thing off and on my person without having to undo a belt or something like that. And so I put the clip like this so I can pocket carry it. I clip it on the inside of my pocket, front pocket, so it's kind of like a pocket knife. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it is a pocket knife that doesn't fold. There's my boys coming to join us. So anyway, that is item number 1 and 2, folks. Alright, speaking of belt carry, this is the belt that I use 100% of the time now. I was lucky enough to be gifted this belt by a friend of mine, but now that I have this belt and I've worn it for many months now, probably close to, I don't know, maybe 9 months, 10 months, something like that, a good while. It's a $90 belt. If I lost it or it was stolen for some reason, I don't know, something happened to it, this belt I would turn around and buy again. In my opinion, it is worth the money. As you can see, the logo on here is the Black Scout Survival logo. This is his, he calls it a concealment belt. And that's because it is not like your regular click belts. It's got a few added benefits. This is 3-ply, which means it has this outer layer, this inner core, and then another outer layer. So it makes it very stiff, very rigid, which is good if you're carrying a lot of things on your belt, like a sidearm or IFAK or what have you, multi-tool. If you're carrying a lot of weight on your belt, this is a great belt to have. I also like the click feature here. This is very tough. You are not going to be able to break this. I don't care how big or fat you may be. You're not going to break this. I've seen people tow vehicles with it just to show its strength, not out of necessity. But this is a concealment belt for the reason it has 2 pouches. One right here in the front and one right here in the back. and I've got some items in them that I'm not going to disclose, but use your imagination on what you can put in, what you want to put on them. Right here is a Velcro. You guys already know how these belts work. I trust that you do, so it's not going to be a full review of that. That's item number 3. Alright, next one. Here we go. Item 4 is lighting. As you can see here, I opted for a headlamp. This one is Petzl's Tactica. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's actually one of their budget headlamps. This one was 30 bucks, I believe. I've got a full review of it up on my channel, so if you guys want to see that, overview of it, I guess I should say. But you guys can check that out. I think it's the video directly behind this one. But it's not very big, so it's EDC friendly in my opinion. Fits easily in a pocket. I got, this is just a pouch I had for some glasses that I put this in so that the plastic here doesn't get scratched. It's a really great light. I like it. Works great for my EDC needs. Check out the review if you want to learn more on that light. We'll just get these 2 items out of the way. I've got some gloves here. Like I said, I do a lot of outdoor things, and so being able to protect my hands, or even for cold weather, I end up using these a lot. Wash them and reuse them. These are just some no-name glasses that were actually passed out at a local college of mine as part of an event. They were free, and I've held on to them for a long time. They work great. I'm just not one of those dudes that spends really any money on glasses. So these have worked great for my needs so far. Alright, on to a couple cooler items. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and wrap this video up with these last 3 items that you see here. And a few of them go together. As you can see here, this is my second cutting tool, but I really don't count it as a cutting tool. It is the Leatherman Wave Plus. I'm not going to make a review of this per se, because there's a trillion of them out there already. I'm not going to beat that dead horse. But I will give you my thoughts on Leatherman's new line, and, compared to this and other ones that they've already come out with. I'll give you my thoughts on that. But I really like this multi-tool. I think it is pretty much the perfect multi-tool to date for EDC. That's why I got the pocket clip for it. I was sheath carrying it in this great little skinth sheath, but I used this so frequently I hated having to get it in and out of the sheath. Also with all the accessories, having to finagle that in and out all the time. So I did opt for the pocket clip, and this made a world of difference for me. I really like the pocket clip. The weight is nothing to me, man. I do remodeling, construction, concrete. I do it also like having things on my person, in my pocket. I'm used to that. And even if I wasn't, like, this doesn't weigh anything. It really doesn't. I think 8.5 ounces, 8.5 ounces. It's really nothing, I guess, to me. So maybe for you need something lighter. That's fine. Maybe you're wearing shorts all the time. You don't want to have something like that weighing you down in thin shorts. All right. So what I ended up doing with this skinth sheath, it was perfect for the accessories. And what I have in here, and matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and pull these out real quick so you can get a better look at a couple of them. Okay, so what I have in this pouch here, this skinth, I can never pronounce that, sheath, is your big kits right here. As you can see, I've got both of them. I've got the bit extender / adapter, which is very useful because it allows you to use industry standard 1/4-inch bits. Very useful. And inside this one, inside this adapter, I keep another adapter which allows me to use sockets. I don't carry sockets, but if I so happen to have them around when I need, I have sockets but no driver, I can utilize my multi-tool in that fashion. I also have this wooden whistle here. This side is beaded, it's got a little bead in there. This side isn't. This actually came with one of my wife's purses, believe it or not. And we got rid of that purse. I said, hey, that's a really cool whistle, you know, let me get that. It's just a really neat little wooden whistle. Sorry, I'm holding this with my hand, it's a little shaky, and so I have to press on the screen to get it to focus. I don't know what that Z is, or N, I don't know what that is about, but anyway, alright, so, oh, and I also have attached to these bit kits a Exotech fire steel, for fire purposes, of course. Everybody's got to have fire in their EDC, right? Oh, and of course, I always carry a regular cigarette lighter with me, usually a Bic. And the last item you see is a little bit of protection, which is pepper spray. This was attached to a key ring, and there was a plastic casing around this, and I dropped that key ring and it cracked the casing, so I threw that away, but the rest of it is still fine. And that's just for a little bit of protection. But that is the last item there. And that is what I've carried for, I don't know how long. I was carrying the Paramilitary 2 pocket knife as well, but like I said, it became really redundant between these two items, and so I'm not, you know, I don't carry knives as a defensive or offensive option. To me, they are tools, utility tools, and that's what I buy them for, and that's why I have the pepper spray for self-defense, obviously, for protection. No, never offensive purposes, just protection. But that's why I got rid of the Paramilitaries too. I mean, I didn't get rid of it. It's still in my collection. I just don't carry it with me every day. These two work fine. This one for cutting, this one for, you know, all the other tools it has on it. And that is pretty much it, you guys. Of course, I have a coat, and these are my boots I wear every day. I'm a boot guy, not a tennis shoe. Tennis shoe. Man, I can't talk today. Alright, anyways, wow, 13 minutes. Alright, that's carried on way longer than it ever needed to. Alright, till the next time. Thanks.